my name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell, so you're notified when new videos drop. And I was going through the different articles today, trying to work out what I'm doing a video, and I have a rough idea what I was doing a video on today. And then this popped out at me. I didn't read this article. Based on the headlines, I'm like, it seems kind of tough. But once I did, wow, it's got. Normally I read these articles in front of you, so you get my live reaction. So I wasn't going to read this one. I wasn't going to go over it, and then I read it. I'm like, wow, this is a lot worth talking about. It's Philip Hinchcliffe, plugging his new Big Finish CD, which they're doing a lot of. They're really. I mean, I don't remember them promoting my other before. And honestly, it's not very good. I mean, I'm 2 episodes in out of 6, but I haven't really been able to bring myself to continue listening to it. Maybe today. I got sometimes today. I might get try and get through another couple of episodes. It's just a bit turgid, you know. What I think would have been much nicer, much more interesting, is either do a whole season, right? Because this is a bigger side, but if you look at season 12. And you add Terror of the Zygons, because Terror of the Zygons was initially supposed to be the ending of season 12. It's an incredible arc that takes you from contemporary Earth, time and space and reality, and brings you back to contemporary Earth. And I think they kind of mirrored that quite a lot in the Moffat years. I think Matt Smith year 1. It did. But yeah, it's kind of a good template. Then I thought, well, you know, it'd be even better. Wouldn't it be cool to get Philip Hinchcliffe just say, okay, cast whatever Doctor you want. We're doing your modern Doctor Who, right? And that would be really interesting. So anyway, that was what's going on in my head. And then blow me down. He talks a lot about modern day Doctor Who, and I think he throws quite a bit of shade on Chris Chibnall. Then to add insult to injury. Somebody sent me this clip from of an interview by Waris Hussein. Freaking awesome. Really good interview. YouTube channel is called A Typical Life. All one word. Really good interview. Really interesting interview. I like the people interviewing him as well. And he throws, like, this isn't like ambiguous. He throws very clearly, a lot of shade, specifically on the Chibnall era. Doesn't seem overly fond of any revived Doctor Who, apart from Capaldi. He loves freaking Capaldi. So anyway, on my live stream, I think tomorrow, we'll do a deep dive into this full interview. But yeah, we're going to add in the bits where he disses Jodie, because good for you, mate. Good for you. Before we get into it, can you hit the like button? Fan Dabby Dubby Dozy, thank you very much. I like to be liked. Very exciting. Can you hit the share button? Also very exciting. You know, I like to be shared. It's a bit of a strange thing to say, but yes, I do like to be shared. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Oh, also in the video notes, very important. Our friend Captain Robert April, he has a very good YouTube channel, is going through some hard time right now. I'm hopefully somebody's going to be sending me the link to his GoFundMe or PayPal. He's got some kind of campaign. He's a really decent bloke. That's all I can say. A really decent bloke. If you have a few coppers, you can send his way. That'll be fantastic. I think he's about to be homeless, right? So if you can help him out, that'd be really good. Which is really bad, because I'm now trying to get you to spend money somewhere else when I want to plug my comic books. But there you go. So go check out my Indiegogo. This is ending this week. I got all the files ready. I got the print file ready for one graphic novel. I got all the files ready to compile into one print file for the second graphic novel. That shouldn't take long. And then I got the postcards and the post. Well, you know what? Rather than just tell you, why don't I show you? Right? This might be your first time watching one of my videos. So anyway, we got this book, Biblical Bible Stories, The Trace of Rashness Road, 220 pages long. I just rewrote the dialogue on the last couple of pages, and man, did it well. I'm so happy with that. So yeah, this is the one I'm compiling today. Really shouldn't take long. And then we got this book. Just tell you what it's about. It's very biblically accurate, but not preachy. This is just kind of a cool story, tying together many aspects from the Old Testament. You might recognize, you might not recognize. It doesn't really matter, mate. It doesn't really matter. If you're a religious guy, you'll find it interesting. If you're not, Yeah, hopefully you'll still find it interesting. You just won't say, "Oh, this is the Bible." So yeah, go check that out. This was 100 pages long, 120 pages long. Now we have added in a ton to this book. It's a love letter to telefantasy 1960s. I wrote this. Dominic Ratcho did the artwork on it. We added in like 5 pages of art to the main story. They added in like another 8 pages to the backup strip, the Ice Warriors, and we added augmented the. What's it called again? There's many extras get with us, including the full script and the my commentary on it, Dominic's sketches, which are a bit funny because I sent the extra pages script in bits and bobs. Like I just wrote out the description of the pages and sent them to via Facebook. So I actually had to write up the write it up as a script to put it in the script. And then I basically just lettered it on the fly, and so I had to add the script, add the dialogue and the lettering into the script. So it was kind of like the cart pushing the horse. But anyway, I don't. So anyway, so you get both these books. You get fantastic posters. So this is like hopefully I'll be knocking out today. All the design for the posters and the postcards. So you can get the extras on their own. I'd rather let you get, but I would like one more person to back it. I'll tell you why. I'm like $30 away from $9,000, right? I would love to get over $9,000. If you're considering doing it, thank you very much. I should really go on some channels, start promoting it before it closes. So anyway, you got this poster, A2 poster. It's 18 by 24. It's big. It's big, baby. Never mind the quality, fill the width. Then you got these postcards for the male gaze, which this is like I'm really looking forward to getting. I guess they're gonna have to send me out proofs here in Israel, which are a pain in the ass. I guess I got to pay like about $30-40 to get them overnighted, so I can green light the print ASAP. Oh yeah, so then you get these posters. I'm throwing another poster into the main package. Again, we done well. Thank you very much. And you got the Bohemian Time Space Ice Habit. I love this Capaldi poster, right? I really genuinely love this Capaldi poster. We have Great Balls of Fire, and then we have Forever Young, the Fourth Doctor and Sarah Jane growing old together in the TARDIS as they were really meant to do, right? So go check it out. Thank you and please do go check out Captain Robert April's GoFundMe page. Again, I don't even know if it's going to be in the video notes. As yeah, I asked a guy who's very reliable to send it to me. Hopefully he gets the message and he sends it to me. No, I'll do some poking around. I'll do some poking around and find it. Fine, let's have a look at this story from Radio Times. Philip Hinchcliffe says, new Doctor Who is fantastic, but 45 minutes episodes aren't satisfying. After I read it, I kind of hear what he's saying, but I disagree, right? I think one of the cleverest things that Russell T Davies did when he revived the series was that he wasn't precious about Doctor Who lore. Because the main thing he wanted was a contemporary, exciting TV show, right? Which he knew Doctor Who could be. So the idea of like serializing drama in 25-minute segments is just, you don't really find it in the TV landscape. I guess you could like, if you drop like all of a 14-episode season or 25-minute episodes in one day, that would kind of work. But at that point, might as well make them 7 45-minute episodes. It doesn't really make much sense. But I thought, the thing I thought was really clever was how there was no part 1 and part 2. Like you had Aliens of London and World War III, right? And then you had a recap at the beginning to catch you up. So basically he says if there's a part 2. The part that people who haven't seen part 1 are going to tune out, which I think we're going to see with season 13, the 6-episode season, unless they drop them all together. If they drop them all together, it might. Well, I'd love to see the data and the drop off of the watching of it, right? If they drop them all together, that's actually probably what they'll do to make the ratings seem better, right? They will say they'll take the season's ratings and pretend it's like 1 episode. And it's like, look how we go! So they add like 3 million times 6. It'll be like, we got 18 million! Ah! Oh, no, that. 12 million, no, 18, yeah, 3 million times 6 is 18. Right. Best ever, or 2 million. However the pitiful small amount of people watch it, that's the kind of spin that they're going to put out. Although, are they going to drop it in one day? Are they going to strip it across the week? I really don't know. I think, oh my God, what is that? feels like a bit of a nut. I don't remember eating a nut recently. Well, that's disturbing. Speaking of disturbing, by the way, oh my God, Daisy, my puppy, still in heat. First time she's been well, not really a puppy anymore, because she's in heat now. But we thought she'd finished, right? We thought she'd finished. She's not a fan of the doggy menstrual diapers. Not a fan, right? Not a fan. Yes, you got to catch her at their own. But this morning, man, I come back from synagogue, and it looks like an abattoir. It's like there's spots of blood freaking everywhere. I was like, oh, okay, darling, it's time for the menstrual diapers, okay? And she was okay with it, thank God. So I got to take her out on a walk in about an hour and a half because she can't like go to the bathroom for them. But she's kind of trained by about 12:30. I'm 5 to 11 now. 12:30. That's when she needs her next pee and poo of the day. Will I get the menstrual knickers back on? Tune in my live stream tomorrow. Find out. These are many other fascinating questions. Will be how on earth did I get onto that tangent? I don't know. Yeah, people. Oh, yeah, if you're commenting, by the way, thank you for commenting. If you are commenting and you're referencing something I'm saying, I don't remember. Okay, I get like a lot of stuff just comes off the top of my head and then it's gone. So try and reference whatever bullcrap I'm talking about in your comments. That'll make my life easier. Hinchcliffe producer on the series from 74 to 77. Was that many years? 74 was season 12, 75 season 13, 76 season 14. He didn't do season 15. That was Graham Williams. Maybe he came on. Yeah, I don't know. It says format 25 provide the ideal story arc. That much. Well, does it though? Does it? That third episode is often running up and down corridors, right? That we had that a lot. And I think that's probably why. So I think some of my favorite stories in the McCoy era are the ones where they went for that 3 episode story. It's what was it? Happiness Patrol. In terms of a bite as a whole story, it really kind of works. Also, what other 3 episode stories? So Silver Nemesis didn't work. Was that a 3 episode one? I can't remember. I think it was. But honestly, so I'm not. Let's listen to the man. Listen, he's produced quite a lot of good Doctor Who. I think he gets the benefit of the doubt here. Philip Hinchcliffe is often hailed by Doctor Who fans as one of the show's very best producers, having been at the helm during the early Tom Baker era from 74-77. It was one of the best eras. I've been saying the last few days or so that I really wish they did a Yeti story. Now I've watched Web of Fear, which kind of ends on a cliffhanger, where the great intelligence gets away. I would have loved to see it come back with Tom Baker, because if you get the season 12 Blu-ray, which is really good, I really recommend it. There's a great interview. Is it season 12? No, season 14. Season 14. There's a great interview with Hinchcliffe, where you know he talks about his vision of making Doctor Who. And basically, they kind of invented steampunk. They're like, well, we did this historical stuff, recent history stuff, which the BBC was quite good at. And then we added in like science fiction into that. It really kind of worked. Yeah, steampunk. Basically, they went steampunk, and it really worked. That would have worked so well with the Great Intelligence and the Yeti. And I would love to see Tom Baker with it. Need new Yeti costumes. I'm trying to watch. Maybe I'll get to it tonight. I doubt it. Downtime, the sequel to the unofficial sequel to Web of Fear. Boy, man, I forgot how cheap those things look. The 90s spin-off things. They are cheap looking. Well, I mean, I kind of like it, but it's weird. It's weird. You forget. Introducing Tom Baker, Baker's False Doctor, taking the Time Lord back out into the stars and introducing a new style of stories inspired by classic horror. Hinchcliffe's era was composed of mostly 4- and 6-parters. It was a serial, he told Radio Times, while promoting the God of Phantoms, the latest in his Philip Hinchcliffe Presents series for audio drama from Big Finish. Yeah, it's just not very good. It's not very good. So the whole idea was each week there'll be an episode with cliffhanger and audience talked about it during the week, and then they came back for 4 half hours, 4 25 minutes. It's pretty much the length of the movie, so you get the ideal story arc over those 4 hours. I mean, it is true. I mean, it is. You do get to like inside the characters a bit more. But that's just look. I just don't think the viewing habits are anywhere near like that. Nor do I think they could be brought back. Right. If you've got to 25-minute episodes, I think you've really got to do them daily. You got to do it like a soap or something. Which is the way Mark Gatiss really wanted to do it before 2005. There's a well, man, it was there's a great article in Doctor Who magazine from after '96 and before 2005 where they had a bunch of Doctor Who writers basically doing new adventures at the time because Doctor Who was over saying what they should do with Doctor Who if it comes back. And Russell T Davies was in that panel, as was what's it called again? Who was I just talking about? Mark Gatiss, right? And his idea there was like, do it like a soap. Do like 40 episodes a year, or half hour. Maybe interesting idea. I mean, who knows? Who could that be? The radical change they're talking about? I doubt it. Yeah. So listen, but I do understand that's how you. It gives you room to explore character and story, right? That you basically that hour and a half is what you need. But you do get that in the modern two-parters, and you did get Slater stories as well. With the individual episodes do represent two-parters, which works for me quite well in Doctor Who. I mean, they're lighter, shorter stories. But again, it is a very different mentality of consuming media, of watching TV now. TV is becoming less and less, important. I don't know. It's like I would say go the other way. Really, I was if you want to do 25-minute episodes, break them into 5-minute episodes and put them on Twitter or TikTok or whatever bull crap, but do it like have that kind of like deployment of it. I don't know, but I honestly I think the shape of 45-minute episodes works pretty well for this day and age. Doctor Who showrunner Chris Chibnall and I talked about this when I met him a couple of years ago. We had our natural cliffhangers. He said that he's trying to construct within the story structures to have cliffhanger moments. But they really don't. I mean, look, honestly, man, Chris, I can't point to any. I can look the very clever replacement of the cliffhanger came from Russell T Davies. Again, it was the pre-title sequence, right? Because the pre-title sequence ended up with the Doctor Who scream, right? Which is really what's imprinted on my mind. From that cliffhanger going into the Tom Baker, right? You get that same emotional thing, and it fills that same void, right? And I feel like the cliffhangers between the two-parters are much bigger than that, right? Bigger than that. But so Chibnall, you took out your one cliffhanger guaranteed moment by getting rid of the cold opening. Because he's an idiot, I guess. I mean, honestly, what else are you supposed to say? He's an idiot, right? Cliffhanger moments. Yeah, a great plan, but it failed. Much like most of his era. If you know what I mean, going through, but it all happens much faster at a much faster pace. Yeah, I think they use that much faster pace so they can just, sweep by quickly. Asked if working on the modern show's format of single episodes running to 45-minute sheets would appeal to him. Hinchcliffe replied, I don't think it would. Listen, he's an older bloke. What do you want out of him? Here's what it is as you get older, as I've discovered. You reach a technological limit where you just go, I don't want to know. I do Twitter to promote the videos, but I really hate it, right? I thank God people are leaving Twitter on droves now. But Instagram, TikTok, I'm trying. I actually made one of the YouTube shorts, right? That I got to try and post, but I got to make a cover for it, so just so I can put it on TikTok and put it on Instagram. I just don't want to deal with any of this crap. But having said that, I think you need to work out where your audience is and try and find them. So that's essentially what I'm doing. So no, he didn't think the 45. He would. I don't think the 50-minute story is as satisfying in some ways because you don't get to know the characters as much or as well as in my stories. But, you know, listen, the other modern format, other than 45 individual 45-minute episodes, is a binge watch, is a 6, 12 episode season or 45, which is one story, right? That would, I mean, wouldn't that be great seeing a like a four-part season of 45-minute episodes? But again, big finish. Get on board with that. That I would love to see. Where you can see, that's what I like about this long-form serialized storytelling. You do get a lot more into character when it's done well, but mostly you just get a lot of waffle and padding. You know, they go, well, how many? We'll give you 9 episodes, and these idiot writers don't have 9 episodes worth of material. So, like, if you watch Jessica Jones, I only saw the first season on Netflix, or Daredevil, any of those Marvel shows. There are just cul-de-sacs, like artistic cul-de-sacs they go into for no real reason other than they got another couple of episodes they need to fill out. Whereas if you look at a show like Resident Alien, which is one of my favorite shows of the year, I think it utilized all of its episodes well, right? And it had one kind of ongoing story thread. So, and you got inside the character. So maybe if he likes getting inside characters, it's really this new binge watch serialized format is much closer to novel, right? Which I think is in a storytelling terms very, very, very interesting. You know what's never happened in storytelling terms, which really annoys me. Virtual reality. Have you ever used virtual reality? It's freaking incredible. My wife got me the PlayStation VR a few years ago when it first came out. I played the Batman game, and it's incredible. You feel like you're on, at the top of Gotham City, right? It's absolutely. The only trouble is I had trouble getting my Batarang out because I'm a fat guy, right? I'm a fat guy, and so you're supposed to reach your waist to pull out your Batarang, and because I'm so fat. The computer, this billion-dollar technology went, wait a minute, his hands are further out from his waist than any human being's hands could possibly be. So I had to push in myself to get the Batarang. Pain in the ass that it was. Anyway, but it's the most incredible technology, and it's only used for porn. Only used for porn. Why? Well, I mean, I would love to see a low-budget short Doctor Who VR. I mean, it can't be that expensive, though. They use it only for porn, right? Porn isn't known for putting too much money into its production. Oh, maybe it is production value. Maybe it is. Honestly, I'm stuck in the 70s. Yeah, that's what my hazy memories are. With that twangy music. But if they're putting a lot of money into production values of porn, they really shouldn't, because they don't need to. Again, as far as I know. But wouldn't that be incredible to do a VR Doctor Who short with Capaldi? Oh man, yeah, I love that. Anyway, fine. I digress. Okay, you need to invest something in the characters and care about what's going to happen. I mean, listen, look at Pyramids of Mars, right? You really genuinely care about what's the name, Mr. Bronson. Is that Marcus Garman or his brother? It's whatever. You could it was so sad, right? You saw his love for his brother. It was and it was great performance, and you had enough time for it to breathe, and you can get to know him. But I have to say, you do get that on the 2-parters. I mean, think of what's that one? David Tennant one, The Impossible Planet. Was that the one where they're circling a black hole, but they're stuck there, and somebody ends up getting sucked out into space. This woman getting sucked out into space. And the only reason I remember that because Doctor Who Confidential was really cool that week. It was they shot that sequence in a pool, so her hair would be floaty, and she it was whatever that episode was. You did care about all the characters as they were it was a basic based on the siege thing with the Ood, and as they were escaping, and the heroic sacrifices, because you had the time to get to know the characters. But again, if you get a writer like Russell T Davies, he's able to sketch out characters that you very much relate to, understand, and believe in very, very, very quickly, right? He's very good at that. But that's unusual. It's not all. And that's not always just a Doctor and Companion. Yeah, we're just talking about what's it, Mr. Bronson, whatever, Michael Shear. There you go. It's the other people in stories. Yeah, absolutely. Vote for Billy Piper's best Doctor Who moment. Rose joins the Doctor. That's a good one. Rose saves the Doctor from himself. Dalek, no. Farewell to Pete. Still like the number one best. Dangling in the Blitz. Oh, I don't know. Rose is a bad wolf facing the Sycorax. Cassandra takes over New Earth. Parting from the Doctor. Doomsday. Surprise return. No. Rose's warns Donna. No. Rose turns. Rose runs the Doctor and she gets shot. Oh, that was good. Yeah, that was great. Saying goodbye again during his end. As a moment, no more. No, you know what? I'm going with the first one, okay? And 9% of people agreed with me. Bad wolf parting ways. So you see, never be afraid to be your own person. Okay, fine. He voiced a preference instead for the modern show's two-parters, suggesting they often work well. Yeah, because, again, he's saying exactly the same thing. Really? He's not contradicting himself. What a shock. Who would have thought that? Because again, they're movie length, and I think there's always a danger with single episodes that you know, if the Doctor has to solve the whole thing, you have to have shortcuts in terms of the way he manages to defeat everybody. Yeah, kind of how they have Sonic through it. God, that looks so boring, doesn't it? I mean, look at that. It just looks like, how would you possibly know this is a sci-fi show? It looks so crap. I always remember when I first started, Barry Letts, Hinchcliffe predecessor of Doctor Who's producer, and also like the executive producer for at least the first few stories, maybe the whole season. And Terence Dix, Doctor Who's script editor from 68 to 74, said to me, we got this thing called the sonic screwdriver, but we ration how much we use it. Otherwise, in one bound, and the Doctor's free. I think there's a danger. I think that's a danger with modern storytelling. What it was, listen, the danger of modern storytelling now is they can't show anybody struggle, right? They can't show anybody struggle to get better. I did a review, or learn something. I did a review of the recent 2000 AD issue, which is a famous comic book in London, in England. Comes out weekly. It's an anthology. It's a sci-fi anthology. It had a great character in it called Chopper. Chopper is this legendary sky surfer. He has a surfboard that flies, and he's a legendary sky surfer. And he started off in Judge Dredd, and they span off into his own thing. Really, really compelling character. So they do an issue called Regened Issues, which is like for younger kids. And so they had a Chopper story, and like him getting his first surfboard, which had to come from a black woman. Obviously, he was better than him because it's just one of the tropes of 2021. And he's instantly great at it, and I hated it. Right, I hate it because the character is a great character that has struggled and grown and become a better person, right? And that struggle is the point, right? Is the freaking point. But yeah, I think kids today, kids say they don't like any diversity whatsoever. They hate struggle, and they hate being told they're wrong about anything. Even if they patently are wrong about everything, they can't stand it. And if anybody disagrees with them, they will therefore say that person is an evil person, rather than looking at their own ridiculous point of views. You know, it's like we got them in fandom. This like group that came into fandom. They make a lot of bloody noise, and they call every other fan what's it? NMD, not my doctor, right? Because somebody once used a hashtag not my doctor. And I think they had some like white supremacist links. Or I don't even know. I really don't even know. But anyway, so they've labeled anybody who doesn't like the current era Doctor Who and NMD. So therefore, it's okay to dehumanize them and be bigoted against them, right? It's like, well, it's just consequence culture of your garbage opinion. Yeah, that's really who they are. But the truth is, there are no NMDs. There are just Doctor Who fans. They're just Doctor Who fans. And then we got these weirdo kids that are destroying the world pretty darn quickly. If you disagree with me, go check out Afghanistan, or the southern border, or the economy. And I think there's a danger with modern stories. So yeah, listen, Russell T Davies absolutely upgraded the abilities of Sonic Screwdriver and used it a lot more, because his rationale was, you don't want to waste time on a boring problem like a locked door, right? Like if a problem is boring, get rid of the boring problem, right? Like picking a lock. unless you can make the problem interesting and then put a deadlock seal and he can't use it, whatever. I mean, it's not. I mean, I'm not actually thinking of any particular story recently because I haven't watched a lot of them. But I think there's a danger when you're trying to set up a mystery. The danger, defeat the enemy, you know, and get back. It would get back for tea time. Man, I would. Would you love to see Philip Hinchcliffe's commentary on? You wouldn't just the current era in general. I might buy the Blu-rays if he did a commentary. By the way, watching the Sylvester McCoy Blu-ray season 24, and normally they have quite a lot of current era representation. They had Waris Hussein and Anjali Mohindra, his wife. No idea they're married. Man, Anjali Mohindra is freaking gorgeous. Oh my god. Woo. Well, anyway, so they had them doing behind the sofa. Another time they had Joy Wilkinson and Pete McTeague doing no Jodie representation going on, and no new Blu-ray set announced yet, which I find a bit disturbing, quite frankly. And I think that's it. I mean, I'm not getting the story in particular because I haven't watched a lot of them. Okay, fine. Despite reservation about single episode structure, Hinchcliffe called the revived Doctor. Oh yeah. So this is where he's throwing the shade, right? This is where he's throwing the shade. The revived version of Doctor Who, a fabulous success. Well, by every metric it is. Praising it for having reinvented the show but keeping its core values. Okay, so you know. I went down a couple of years ago when Chris Chibnall took over. They were marvelous. They showed me everything that was going on, and I've met a few of the modern directors when I've been to conventions and things like that. So I talked in some detail to them about about how it's been since it came back. So here we go. So he's met Chris Chibnall. He's been brought down to the set. He talked to all of them. Clearly knows quite a bit about the current era of Doctor Who, right? I thought Rusty Davies and then Stephen Moffat have done a fantastic job. Did you miss somebody out there, Chris? Oh, not Chris. Did you miss somebody out there, Phil? Did you miss somebody out there, Phil? It seems like you might have done. I think you missed out Chrissy Wissy. And I think, and that's, I think, why the fans are still discovering my era at a much lesser rate now. Again, the fandom for Doctor Who is in a bad place. It's contracted to its smallest, I think, since the 90s. And also, you know, most of Doctor Who stuff just isn't as good as it used to be. Big Finish, which was like a major store of Doctor Who, is just not as good as it used to be. It's just, you know, why? But much the same reason as Doctor Who is, but they did it at a slower rate. It's because they believe that women are an oppressed minority in the world. And they've been somehow stopped from writing Doctor Who. So they want to recruit mainly women to write Doctor Who. That's like their major concern. Women that like science fiction and therefore have any aptitude for it or understanding of it. You know, I think if something like Doctor Who, you probably get like 70-80% male, 20 to 30% female. So if you pull 90% of your talent from 20% of your pool, the only thing that's going to happen is your quality is going to go down, which has indeed happened. It really has a nosedive, sadly. So Doctor Who fandom's not in a good state. I mean, it just is. I think, and the other thing is these crazy toxic fans that run around calling everybody NMDs or whatever stupid name they want to make up, or like trying to cancel John Barrowman or like things they have no idea. Because honestly, you know what's really about? I mean, what the whole thing is, they're all sexually inadequate. It really is the truth. I mean, like most people are when they're kids, right? You know, it takes some time before one gets used to one's sexuality, right? Being married is probably useful for that. So like they're all and they live in a strange world with identity and sexual orientation are so confused, right? So confused. They're all just messed up and they don't really know what to do. Fine. I think without the program having come back in such as excellent, I think my era and the previous one would have just kind of dwindled. That's what's going on right now. But somehow there's a new focus on them. So that's terrific. It's great. Well, the reason there's a new focus on them is because the current era is just unwatchably bad and entirely not Doctor Who. Which leads me to my next thing. So this comes from This comes from a YouTube channel. Hopefully I'm going to put it in the video notes. It's called A Typical Life. All one word. And they got this great interview with Waris Hussein. Where is it? So we're just going to play this little snippet of it. But boy, is he, and he's not the greatest fan of Revived Doctor. Like, he thought Matt Smith, he's like, well, he could be any, absent-minded professor. It wasn't something very Doctor Who-y about him, but he loved Capaldi. Oh boy, did he love Capaldi. And I think he would have loved to come back and direct. Bring back Capaldi, bring back, oh, there. Interview with Waris Hussein. Did I say who they're interviewing? Waris Hussein? They were interviewing Waris Hussein. So he answers, they asked him this question where he talks about the current era. He seems to be saying what's going on inside my head. But let's listen to it. Again, A Typical Life, please go and sub to me. If I don't put you in the video notes, A Typical Life, I apologize. Get in contact with me and I'll edit it if I forget, right? I'm going to try. Let's look at this little clip.
So this isn't the last thing I want to ask about Doctor Who, if that's okay. But was there ever any interest in you going back to direct anything? Be it with the new series, be it maybe in the 80s, 70s?
Yeah, wasn't there?
Well, not recently. No, not since taken over by the current people.
Okay.
It was totally.
The current people being Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall.
I mean, I think they totally took over, didn't they, and changed it all, especially with introducing a totally new character in the way of a female Doctor Who.
So fine. That's the only bit we're going to listen to. You can always tell the truth of people from people when they're not saying the thing that they're actually talking about, the peripheral thing around it, right? And he said, they made it a completely new character. It's just completely unrelated to the past, which is 100% correct. Again, this Doctor completely lacks any authority. I just is a doofus, and that's how. It's not like I'm the one writing it. Lacks any authority, and lacks that basic Doctor characteristic, along with the stories being dull as ditch water. But yeah, look, Waris, you're 100% correct there. This is not Doctor Who. This is something that I think we've all been saying for an awfully long time. I don't know where he is on them. I would like to hear him talk more about the Matt Smith era and the David Tennant era. I know he didn't like the introduction of romance in the David Tennant era because he felt that that's just such a boring cliche amongst all drama. Honestly, I think it kind of worked with Rose. Then they went away, and then Martha was like mooning after him. I just think it's like something so ingrained into contemporary writers that they can't imagine not doing it. It took some time before they could really get rid of it. And so then one of the things in this interview he praises is how Capaldi's era completely removed any form of like romance between him and the companion, or pretty much anything. But yeah, listen. So, did Philip Hinchcliffe throw a bit of shade there on Christian? It seems like he did to me, right? It seems like he did to me. Did Waris Hussein throw a lot of shade on Chibnall? It seems like he did to me. It seems like he did to me. I don't know. Look, I'm not inside these people's heads. You tell me what you think. And definitely do tell me. Comment, please. Let me know. Please let me know what you think. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.